Hello once again. Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Mwafs Media. Today we have another guest by the name Brian Mandawala. This guy is doing a lot. The guy has a restaurant by the name Cook Kitchen.
I do a lot. So yeah, in a nutshell, I'm the managing director for the production section. Thank you very much. Hey yo, TN.
I think everything about it and what other things he does, I think he's gonna have time to explain. But maybe before I go very far, I should let him introduce himself. Please, Mister, introduce yourself so that people out there should appreciate and know who you are.
Well, thank you very much, Sir Precious. My name indeed is Brian George Mandawala, and I am the CEO and founder of Cook Kitchen. So I'm a student here at Luana, and I'm in my first year pursuing development economics. And yeah, this cookie started here at Luana. As you can see, we are doing several things as of the moment. We're doing pizzas, we're doing donuts, we're doing food deliveries, and many other things that people really need from around campus.
All right,
Yes.
all right. You say you are studying economics?
Yeah, development economics.
Yeah, I think what you are doing and what you are studying, they are telling. Okay, all right. Take us through your journey. How did you start?
Indeed, it's a very big journey, but to simply cut it short, I would say that Cookie started as a vision that I had long time ago when I first arrived here at Bunda. I arrived here at Bunda, that was in 2020, and that was when I was newly selected. But I had several issues that made me not to continue with my academics. So one of them happened to be the issue of fees. Yeah, luckily enough, I still continued up until 2022, whereby I was in my second year. And then I had also experienced some a bit difficulties with my student portal, and some of the grades went missing because I had not yet paid fees and whatnot. So yeah, when I talked to my head of department, I think one thing that he advised was for me to keep a place and then settle up with everything, and then I should start again. So I did that, but I knew that if I just lay low and then fail to do nothing, what will probably happen is I'll end up being in the same state again of having fees issues, academic credits, and many other things. So I took a time of prayer. I think I should say that this really came from a place of prayer, because when in my time I realized that I was not the only person that was experiencing the issue of fees, as well as the issue of having missing grades and then academic credits and many other things. So I went on the mountain. I think I stayed there for like 5 hours. I can say that I didn't go for the holiday that time. For the entire month, I would go to the mountain to pray, to think of what can I do in order so that I can be able to pay for my fees. But what burnt the most was that I was not the only one. So, but then knowing that there's something that I can do, I wanted to do something that I can help myself as well as many other people that I see on campus. So that's when now the thought came in. When I was coming from home, I had come with a little, that was a mini cooker, right? So on that mini cooker, I started to do cakes with it. And then I started selling those cakes. But then I discovered that whatever thing that I would produce on the market, everybody else would do it. Would do the same thing. If I do this, if it's trending, someone else would do it. So, and then I sat down and then I was like, okay, I prayed again. I was like, what's the best thing that I can do in order for me to have something that is unique, something that no one can actually, replicate, or even if they replicate, which is fine, but then mine should be noticeable at the market, because everybody else would just maybe if there is maybe a cake jar, everybody else can do a cake jar, and then it has no trace of where it's coming from. Then I discovered really I can do something about it. I can create a brand whereby it's the brand that is selling, not me that is selling, but the brand is selling. Everything that comes out is coming from somewhere. And then that's where now the thought of it came in to say, let's do a business model called Co-Kitchen. So yeah, so far the business model started, that was in 2023. It should be 2023 around August, somewhere there. So we started with my cakes, as I said earlier on. And then I was like, okay, what if we do a bit, diverse from the cakes that we are doing? So we started doing ice creams as well. And then from doing ice creams, we started doing pizzas. From pizzas, and then we saw that there was a gap here for good food, because we know everybody else provides food. And then we're like, what if we take the foods that you can find at maybe KFC, food that you can find at Keeps, and then bring it at the locally made available market. So yeah, that's when we started now delivering my meals. And our meals, we made sure of it that we do them with extra excellence, and as well as well detailed. And as well as with the system that we created, we made sure if it's a meal, the meal should be different from the meal that you can easily access from any other restaurant or cafeteria. So yeah, I think a bit brief of what Cook is all about. That's it.
Wow, what an inspiring story, brother. Saying the fact, I've been moved already. Seriously, because it's like you are coming from a background which did not seem to be good. So you have tried to push. Prayers have helped you as well to get where you are. I think many of young men out there, when they are caught up in a situation similar to like the one you had, they quickly give up. What kind of an advice can you give to young entrepreneurs who are also willing to do something, or maybe they are passing in similar situations like the way you did, or maybe they may be different, but they are hard times? What kind of an advice can you give them?
All right. There's quite a lot. I think if you know me very well, you'd know that I'm a person that likes to talk, and not just talk. I like to share advice to as many youths as that I can find, even if it's doing business and many other things. So one thing which I can say is, in life, we always face troubles. We always face difficult moments. We always face challenging moments. But then, uh, you are now the person that determines how those challenges are gonna affect your life. For instance, you can have a very difficult moment living with people around you. Like not being fed, not being given money for food and everything else. But now, how you respond to it will determine who you become, because you can easily say that now you find money, and then you say, okay, because I was not given money, then definitely I will not share money amongst my peers as well, or anyone that is facing difficult moments. But no, when you are receiving pressure, pressure is the one that makes diamond. When you are receiving heat, heat is the one that makes gold, right? So you receive a challenging moment, turn that into becoming your fuel, into doing something that is good, that can change the community around you. If you have faced a difficult moment of fees issues, doesn't mean that someone should also fail to have fees. You should now think of the solution. If God has allowed you to pass through that, He said in His word that there is nothing that He can give you that you cannot pass through, because He knows already that you are bigger than that problem. So what you have to do now is to discover what type of solution that you can provide to the nation and everybody else. Many people are going to learn from that, and many people are going to be helped through that same channel. So if I experienced a difficult moment, I was able to overcome it. Then my duty is to tell people to say that you can always overcome as many situations or as many burdens that you can face in doing the thing that you can be able to manage. Because just because I do, food business, it doesn't mean that everybody else can, escape their challenges food business. Yes, so there's always a talent within you. There is, as you said earlier on, to say that my academic qualifications with the things that I'm pursuing, they are two different things. Yes, because this was birthed out of desire. This was birthed out of pressure. This was birthed out of what? all the other things. But then I can assure you to say that I love the course that I take. I love economics. I love it so much to the point that it helps me to understand numbers. It helps me to understand many things, and it helps me to think, to become who I really am, to the point that I'm able to do diverse of many other things. So yes, if I can do it, all I can say is you can do it. You can even do it times 10. You can even do it more times, because Malawi, we need to help each other to grow. So that's what I can say to the people that are facing maybe difficult moments at the moment.
All right. When you come to Bunda, the first thing you hear, if it is about food, is kitchen. Everyone likes kitchen. Well, one of the reasons why people like kitchen is the kind of food, deliciousness, health, and the cleanliness of how these people prepare the food. This is the main reason that has moved us to come and meet the CEO and understand from him how did he manage to come up with that idea. I hope you have appreciated and you have realized that it's not that everyone can come from a very well-to-do family to make things happen. Everyone has potential and everyone has the destination. You just have to realize your destination and take your course. Yeah, so I think now I have to understand, and the men of you will have to understand, how does he manage to accommodate his time in terms of academics and the business. Mister, how are you able to handle these two things, academic issues and business?
All right. Well, thank you so much. I find that question to be amazing because, as you know, like this business is really involving, 100% involving, and it requires not less than 4 hours within a day, right?
Wow.
And maybe 4 hours is even underrated because that 4 hours is needed in the morning hours. And then in the afternoon hours, there's a lot of supervisions to be done. There's a lot of many other things to be done. So how do I manage to do my time? Well, I can tell you this to say that when you are the one that is a pathfinder, you face a lot of difficult moments. When you are the pathfinder, you face a lot of things that maybe many people may struggle to understand. Because it doesn't mean that when I was starting this business up until this time, I have gone through like clean slate. You know, I have faced a lot of difficult moments in terms of time management. I have faced a lot of issues in terms of money allocation, as well as how can I save money, as well as how can I be able to invest, how can I be able to grow money, how can I be able to do all these things. So being that I'm a student and I have to balance up all these things, business, because now I had to sit down and then read books, because I'm assuring you to say that wisdom has already been found by other people. That's where I'm saying pathfinder. Yeah, so as I was saying that, you know, reading books has helped me quite a lot to be able to understand whatever I am doing. Because I think one of the things that I was failing to do the most is to balance up my time. When it came to even academic issues, I'm guessing because I was so much focused on my problems, I lost track of where I am and what I'm doing. I lost track of academics. I lost track of anything to do with, you know, life at large. It was just about business. But then the business was also not working. But then the goal and the vision was already in mind. And I knew I already know like where I'm supposed to go and what I'm supposed to do. But then how to get there now was a bit challenging, because now that means to say that I had to be able to balance up with my class timetables as well as my study timetable. So in my first semester of my repeating year, I failed to be able to balance up the two. But then I realized to say that, you know what, when you are given a responsibility, when so much is given to you, that means so much is expected out of you. So I now had to sit down. I think 3 of the books that I read that really helped me a lot. Firstly was Eat That Frog. The second one was Atomic Habits, and the third one was I think I can just say Rules of Prosperity, just to be able to manage up, you know, some of the monies and whatnot. So on some of these books, they helped me up to be able to be making up goals, you know, like my small mini goals, right? Out of the big goal that I have, as well as not to be goal oriented, but to be habit oriented, to be able to change myself, that I should be able to change my outcomes. Out of that, that's when now I started to come up with a routine whereby, knowing that most of my classes were in the afternoon, I made up my mind to say that, you know, for me to go for Cook it will go bigger and wider.
Yeah.
It cannot be run by one person. So that's where now we made room for many other people to say, okay, so many people, we can create a system where people can be working and we're all working systematically. So there is myself who like operates, manages everything that is for Cookie, like because I'm the vision carrier. And then there is Darlington, who happens to be the production manager.
Hi everyone, my name is Darlington Chiro. I'm a student at Luana doing agriculture and applied economics. I'm in my third year. I'm the production manager at Cookie. Actually, my job is to manage everyone who is preparing food. The meals that are prepared here, actually I'm the one who is managing them. Everyone who is responsible in preparing the meals, the beef, the rice, whatsoever, the chicken, I'm responsible for everything that you eat. Actually, in my free time, I usually also handle some stuff like I prepare some chicken. I also do pizzas. I also do the bakings and stuff. I do a lot. So yeah, in a nutshell, I'm the managing director for the production section. Thank you very much. Hey yo, TN.
And then there is another person, Joseph, who is the logistics manager.
Yeah. Hi guys, my name is Joseph Midera, student at Luana doing biotechnology. I'm in first year. Here at Cookie, I work as a logistics director, which I used to deliver things from, like coming from the market, bringing them here, and delivering food to the customers. And in my free time, like as of now, I used to help out in the cooking, cutting meats, something like that. Yeah.
Wow. And then there is another person who is Victoria, who happens to be the financial coordinator.
Hi everyone, my name is Victoria Kimberi Oram Savinda and I work with the Cookie. I work as the finance manager as well as helping out in the kitchen for the meantime, and I also work as the sales manager. Thank you.
I knew that if I was handling the finances myself, the sales myself, everything. Oh yeah, there is also Tamiga, who happens to be the online the online marketer. If you find online, even though I'm offline for 2 weeks right now, but then you can see that Cookie
products are still online. Yeah,
that is timing. And then you also have Joshua, who happens to be the graphics designer. As you can see, everything,
very beautiful banner here.
Everything, and as well as the publicity itself, is 100% because of the person that because of the people that are on the side that are working tirelessly to make sure that the vision of Cookie is met. So, and then I knew that since I'm free in the morning, I dedicated most of my time in the morning. And of course, you also interviewed another person who happens to be Jude, right? She's not she's not schooling, she's not pursuing anything, but most of these other people are students. This one is a major asset because she's the one that caters for most of the other things that if we can't manage to do them, she'll be available to do them even on our absence. She's able to do the bakings herself. I mean, many of the bakings, many of the cookings, and many other things. So yes, I managed my time by dedicating to say from morning. I when I wake up around because of the time that I sleep, I wake up around 7. From I wake up from 7, I go and buy everything from the market. And then I start cooking from 8 to 9 up until 11. And 11 we go and sell. But then when the things have gone on campus for sale, I'm preparing myself to attend my classes from 2 o'clock to 5. 2 to 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Yes. So when I get there, once I'm done with my classes, and then I go just to see the business and how everything, how the after sales have been and whatnot. And then I take my time of rest. And then I go to the library from around, if it's usually between 8 to 10, but the coming out time is usually around 12 or 2 a.m. depending on the day and how I have worked on that particular day. So yes, and then that means I sleep at 2. Almost all the times I sleep at 2. That's why I said I wake up at what?
7.
At 7.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's how I've been able to man up my time, and as well as not forgetting ministry, because ministry happens to be one of the biggest asset that has helped me to become the way that I am, because I would have given up if it wasn't for people like the Christian body, helping me up not to give up, and then all this and all that. Yes, so I was able to balance up all these things through these people that have been throughout around. So I'm sure I've answered your question about the system and how I manage my time.
So the key point here is time management.
Yes.
And you have spoken about some books which you read that have helped you to be where you are today. Which 2 books can you recommend a young entrepreneur to at least read that book before starting whatever he or she wants to do?
Okay. I think what I would say is it depends on what type of a person that person is.
Yeah.
Because in life, you find other people that are good with time management, but they are bad with finances.
Yeah.
That means already that you definitely have
I'm
to...
better at this,
yes.
Then I have to improve on this side.
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe when you're bad with finances, you don't understand finances. As I said, one of the books that I'll tell you to go to is maybe Rules of Prosperity. And another one maybe might be Poor Dad and Rich Dad, because you be able to understand what it means to differentiate, money, because you have to understand the principles. Sometimes the principles of money, they're as good as the way that you understand yourself. You know that you wake up in the morning, you get a lot of things done. That's as well as you have to understand money for you to be able to work with money. And as well as make sure that don't be a person that seeks after money. Be the person that seeks after value. If you increase your value, definitely money is going to follow you. But if you chase after money, you find money, but at what cost? You will not be able to replicate it. So that's why I'm recommending my books, because when they do that, when you read those books, they will change your value more than they will change how you pay, your perspective towards money. And maybe if you're not good like myself, I think the one thing which I struggled, and I struggled quite a lot of, it's in the area of time management, right? So that's why I had to read my books like Eat That Frog, Atomic Habits, books like sometimes even listening to sermons, right? I think one of the biggest sermons that I've loved the most is by our man of God, Pastor Aubrey. Like when he teaches quite a lot on financial prosperity. It's called Financial Success Conferences, right? So you find out that each and every year, within after 6 months, there is usually a global event where they call a lot of people that have succeeded in many areas. I think I've quite had some time to learn secretly from people that they have made it in life, the likes of the Daniel Dungas, the likes of Kolea Mpasa, the likes of a lot of people that have learned a lot through the same Financial Success Conference. So what I can say is make sure that you have people that you are looking up unto, and then they inspire you. So like for me, Pastor Aubrey happens to be one of the biggest role models.
You mean Pastor Aubrey of Race for a Purpose?
Yes.
You see, some of you, the bad part is you only look at your weaknesses today. You don't remember how far you have come from. If today, even of harvest, someone says, you know what, I just harvested 10,000 kwacha only. The question is, what were you harvesting yesterday?
Yes. RFP. Yes. So these are some of the books that I can recommend someone to be able to. Sometimes even the books, you just have to, you can search. You can search the area that you're struggling in, and then you find the books that you really need in that particular moment. Because what I can understand may not be what you can fully understand. But knowledge is key. Of course, applied knowledge, that is. Is key.
All right. So your entrepreneurial capabilities have created financial opportunities for others. How proud are you? And what is your target from now going upwards in terms of the business?
All right. Wow, thank you so much. But okay, it really feels good because one of the visions for Cookie, right? Or per se, I can just say that we are all called towards something, right? And one of the biggest calling that for me I very much understand and I feel like I should be able to do one way or the other, is to be able to create an opportunity to as many peers as possible that we can all be able to survive out of, these trying moments, out of these trying moments. So one thing I would say is when we started with this vision of Cookie, one thing that we really needed is the fact that we wanted to know that we should be able to pay for like as many people as we can help as many people as we can in terms of maybe food as well as maybe fees. That's the major goal. That's the major big goal, right? And as well as if we can be able to do that, that means we're also creating chances for people to work, right? You may not know. I mean, it may not only be here at Bunda. Who knows? Of course, we know. It may be other places, right? That we can be operating under. So, to as many that we can manage, we want to be able to create job opportunities. And I'm proud. I'm very happy. I'm happy, that God has entrusted me to keep people. And then if people they are excited also to work with Cookie, that means that we have understood the assignment and we are working towards something that God has given us in our hands. So for me, I think I can answer to say that I am as excited as anyone can be to say that I'm able at least to touch a little bit of the heart of, as a campus right now, that some people are not living with hunger anymore because they have found a job opportunity. And then to who knows, another time we'll have like a very big place because as you know it, a system is a system. You look out for transport, people that are transporting food all over, people that are moving all around. That means a lot of job opportunities.
That means the dream is big.
The dream is big and is getting to where it's supposed to be at.
All right. All right. I can now call you Mr. Kukichin. So, Mr. Kukichin,
Yes.
who are your target customers?
All right. Currently, my target customers are all students. And students had Luanas at the moment. But then, because my vision and my goal as at the moment is not to only sell to these students, but as well as to be able to help each other, to be able to move from one level to another, right? Because as I can tell you, we're all facing, many people, like a lot of people just don't say it, but we're all facing difficult moments, trying moments. As at the moment, I mean, to be clear, right? Even myself, or in as much as there is cookie rolling, I find myself in situations like, oh wow, okay, so how can I be able to spend, like having now a lot of people, right? That means a lot of people, or even just the people that I'm working with. That means on that particular day, we all have to eat, we all have to do whatnot. So that is also another challenging moment. So I can understand that my fellow students, they're also facing such moments. So my target audience is now the students. The lectures, yes, they do come in because some of the foods that we make, it's suitable for almost everyone. It's just that maybe the accessibility is quite a hassle. But then even to the lectures, they're also like a target audience, but at a minimal level. But then the students on a higher ground. But then doesn't mean to say that anyone else around cannot, place the orders as well as people that are not from Luana here. So for now, the goal is the students at Luana, but then it may go even furthermore to the students who all around, Malawi.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So how can people get in touch with you? Maybe they want to order some of the food. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So as we can see, we have contacts. So if you need cookie, you can find all these numbers below here, so you can easily access us for more details. For personal consultations, as well as we do catering services. We do I think as at the moment maximum of 150 people.
Wow.
That's what we can manage to deliver in one city.
Wow.
Yes. So, and the catering services, it's both meals and as well as if you need just my delicacies in terms of my food packs, chicken, donuts, yes, and many other things.
All right. All right. Brother, we appreciate your time. But I think before we close up, tell us, karibu kabambali. Wasalipera mwina gena gagi.
Kabambali. You mean girlfriend?
Yeah, girlfriend. Do you have a girlfriend?
Alright. Okay, this is how I would answer it, right?
Yeah.
I can say that the potentials, you always find potentials around, right?
Yeah.
But I'm guessing I would answer that there is currently no one available because of the things that we are doing. Let me say to my side, for me to be able to balance school, to be able to balance business, to be able to balance ministry, to be able to balance, even health itself, because it requires time, right? Already it's time. So like having Papa Mbali means to say that you have to also create time, right? So as at the moment, maybe getting someone or someone getting me, they would get a half-baked product. So that's why
So you have to bake yourself fully.
Fully, yes.
Getting ready for that time.
Yes, understanding my assignment.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing what matters is when you're learning your purpose, someone that understands the purpose, or maybe you know that this person is fitting for the purpose for life, then that's when maybe you can find to say, I'll settle down here. So as at the moment, I think the mind is fully fixed on the things that are happening now. Well, thank you so much. I think for me, this is a privilege to be hosted here on the Maps Media. It's a very big privilege. And I think to say that I also thank all the entrepreneurs out there and the startup entrepreneurs, my fellow youths that are trying to make it in life. All I can say is God is with you. If He has allowed you to do whatever that you are doing at the moment, that means He has entrusted you with something. So whatever you're doing, do it with all diligence, knowing that our Heavenly Father has entrusted us over this mandate, and then that we are here just to help as many as we can. So yes, big up, God is on your side.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow. This is beautiful. This is where things are getting more exciting, and this is also where we are wrapping up. Okay, we have understand how Cook Kitchen came up and how it is running. We appreciate. Whoever is feeling like it needs to do something, you need to start by developing yourself inside. Know how you can manage your time, how you can manage money, and how you can go on the ground and deliver whatever kind of product you want to deliver. So I'm urging you, I'm encouraging you that after watching this kind of videos, you need to be moved and take an action. So we are appreciating your time, but you need to do us this favor. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and also share to other people so that they should be able to be educated and be appreciated as well. We appreciate your time and we love you. We love you. We love you. Bye-bye.